When you have been lied about for a series of years, how hurtful that is.
Archie and Lily have finally been unmasked. Oh, H, they're already out there. They're already out there, H. So of course I've got to use them to sell my clothes, to sell my wine, to sell my makeup, to sell whatever else comes next, probably children's clothing at some point. Happy family. This is one of the weirdest, most creepy interactions I think we've seen yet.
Working mom, and she goes, it can be incredibly overwhelming. Oh my gosh, I just need a break.
It's not fun, it's heavy, but she's got rid of everybody who's working there.
There's a reason no one lasts long inside Montecito, a reason the gates stay shut, the curtains stay drawn, and the rumors never die. Because behind that $14 million palace of privacy, one woman says she lived a real-life Truman Show, a hidden camera house where the job wasn't childcare, it was compliance. Picture this, a smiling nanny walking through the gates, heart pounding, thinking she's joining a fairy tale. But the moment she steps inside, the cameras start rolling. Every blink, every breath, every smile, recorded. The couple? Nowhere to be seen. The children? Silent, invisible. And the scariest part? The nanny says she wasn't hired to nurture, she was hired to vanish. So tonight we're opening the vault. What really happened inside that perfect house? And why did the woman who lived it call it a performance without an audience?
Once the agency creates a list of potential hires, you meet with that nanny. Then you have to meet with another one of Meghan's assistants. These are two separate auditions. Then you sign an NDA, which grants you access to Harry and Meghan. So this is the third interview.
All that this nanny's been trying to get out of the gig for 5 years, about as long as she's had it, allegedly. I love this notion that a woman who's just given birth to a newborn is going to take on the easier job of managing the entire household. That makes a lot of sense, Meghan.
Let's rewind. On paper, working for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry sounds like a dream. Sunshine, smoothies, royal toddlers in designer onesies. Reality? A casting call straight out of Black Mirror. Applicants weren't just interviewed, they were auditioned. 2 rounds, 2 different interviewers, and everything was filmed. Smile too big, fail. Laugh too loud, fail. Pause for air, still fail. And here's the twist no one saw coming. The nanny couldn't be too attractive. That's right, no glossy hair, no statement clothes, no camera-ready face. The job description literally rewarded invisibility. Halfway through her trial day, she realized the house wasn't hiring help, it was recruiting ghosts. Wait, what? Exactly.
Flexibility, discretion, and a true helping spirit to everything they do. Responsibilities include only the following: morning and evening routines, school drop-offs and pickups.
Meghan views those 2 children as commercial assets, which is gross and awful.
First came the shocker, the filmed audition. The nanny thought she was meeting the family. In reality, she was walking straight into surveillance. Hidden cameras in the kitchen, nursery, and garden. Every movement reviewed later by Meghan's assistants like it was The Voice. Nanny edition. Smile too big? Wrong. Laugh too loud? Wrong. Even breathing too confidently was marked inappropriate. One applicant said it felt like Big Brother meets Buckingham Palace. The nanny passed, barely, because she was clean enough to vanish.
Potential hires, you meet with that nanny. Then you have to meet with another one of Meghan's assistants. These are 2 separate auditions. Interviews, but auditions.
The nanny that the couple have been relying on for some time wants out.
Then came the rules, and they hit like a sledgehammer. Forget 9 to 5, forget weekends. Phones confiscated, bags searched, personal life erased. Even motherhood off limits. Because apparently one child in the house was already too much competition. From that moment on, her existence revolved entirely around one thing: obedience. Every choice, every hour, dictated by someone else's schedule. Inside the mansion felt less like a home and more like a house of mirrors. Every surface gleamed, every hallway echoed, but the laughter? Artificial. Behind those high-security walls, privacy wasn't a right. It was a weapon, and control wasn't requested, it was worshipped. Meals timed down to the minute. Small talk with the chef? Evaluated. A wrong tone with the laundress? Strike one. It wasn't employment, it was choreography.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had got through 3 nannies in just 6 weeks, and that's because working for this couple is incredibly difficult.
But here's where the story turns eerie. The missing children, 12-hour shifts, 5 days a week, and not once did she see Archie. Not once did she see Lilibet. No tiny footsteps, no laughter, no toys scattered across the floor, nothing. The house felt like a stage after closing night. Props everywhere, but no actors left. At first, she assumed the kids were being shielded for privacy, but weeks became months and the silence never broke. The nursery remained spotless, the garden untouched. It was as if the children existed only on paper. And then came the illusion that broke her, the Netflix documentary. She sat on her couch, popcorn in hand, watching her former workplace on screen. There they were, Meghan, Harry, and 2 radiant kids playing in the very garden she cleaned every morning. A garden she swore had never once echoed with laughter. She froze. "That's the family I worked for?" she whispered, because the world was seeing something she never did. A glowing, happy family that seemed to exist only through a lens. Rooms rearranged, lighting staged, timelines rewritten, a fairy tale built in post-production. But that wasn't the strangest part.
The agency has specifically been instructed to hide Harry and Meghan's identity from the applicant. They just want to make sure you're comfortable working with Meghan because of her reputation.
When the nanny's account leaked, social media detonated. TikToks titled "The Phantom Children of Montecito," memes showing empty nurseries with captions like "Do not disturb imaginary kids sleeping." Twitter went nuclear. Meghan built a set, not a home. Harry's living in a Netflix soundstage. Even the chickens deserve SAG cards. And you know what? The internet did what it does best. Turned disbelief into theater. Clips of the documentary replayed frame by frame, viewers spotting inconsistencies like detectives on caffeine. One tweet read, "I'm not saying she's lying, but the math ain't mathing." Would you believe her if you saw that clip? Comment below. I want to know.
Rushed. It's just extraordinary, really. I can't look at that. That's really terrible mess.
As the chatter grew louder, Montecito tightened its gates. Staff were rotated, phones reset, NDAs reinforced with ironclad legal chain. The nanny? Gone quietly. And any trace of her employment? Wiped cleaner than the palace's public image. Inside PR circles, whispers spread. Netflix had been forced to fill narrative gaps. Translation? Fabricate what reality refused to deliver. Meanwhile, luxury brands quietly backed away. Because Hollywood loves scandal, just not this kind. For Meghan and Harry, every headline became a mirror reflecting the question they feared most. If the children were never seen, what else was staged? Because what began as gossip now looked like something darker. A family mythology built on illusion.
I'm a great mum, I'm a great wife, I'm a great friend, I'm also incredibly modest. I mean, what a boaster. Stop boasting about yourself. What's wrong with her? She is racked with epic insecurity, isn't she?
This story isn't just about a nanny. It's about the collapse of credibility. When every photo, every documentary frame, every candid moment is staged, what's left to trust? The nanny's words echo, "It was like living inside a movie set, only the audience believed it was real." And that's the tragedy. Compare it to other Hollywood illusions, The Truman Show, reality TV families exposed for scripting chaos, influencer couples editing perfection while crumbling off camera. But this wasn't YouTube. This was royalty, a billion-dollar brand wrapped in emotional storytelling. And if the family narrative can be rewritten so easily, what else has been polished out of existence? The births? The relationships? The truth itself? Because illusion isn't just their defense anymore, it's their currency.
But trust me, this is all part of Meghan's sinister plan to commercialize her children, to pimp them out for financial gain, and I'm not being sucked in by it at all.
So let's recap. A nanny walked into Montecito expecting warmth and found surveillance. She searched for children and found ghosts. She believed the job was real until Netflix proved it was scripted. And now, she's the one haunting their legacy. Maybe the most unsettling question isn't where are the kids? It's what else did the cameras hide? Because when a fairy tale is filmed from every angle, the only thing missing is reality. If you love your scandals served cold, subscribe, because this isn't the end of the Montecito mystery. It's just Act 1.